Miss them.
So go ahead and read 23.
23. Okay. Teenagers tend to wake up around 8 a.m., the time when they stop releasing melatonin and are sleepy if made to wake up earlier. Since sleepiness can impair driving ability, car accidents involving teenagers driving to school could be reduced if the school day began later than 8 a.m. Indeed, when the schedule for Granville's high school was changed so that school began at 8:30 rather than earlier, the overall number of car accidents involving teenagers driving in Granville declined.
All right. So what is our conclusion?
The indeed part.
No.
No.
Wait. Yeah, no.
Is it car accidents involving
Yes.
teenagers? Okay.
So what we're saying here is car accidents involving teenagers driving to school could be reduced if the school day started later than 8 a.m. And then since introduces one of our premises, so we're saying because sleepiness can impair driving ability. And then when we bring in indeed here, like we're saying like in addition or support. So this is an example, right?
Right.
That is supporting the idea that hey, if schools started later, there would be fewer accidents.
Right. So it's like an example.
Yes. What kind of question is this?
Is this sufficient assumption? No. I don't know why I keep thinking they are.
I think it's not okay. Okay, in your own words, tell me what this question is asking you to do.
Okay, yeah. Support for the argument in the editorial. So like something that proves the argument in the editorial?
Yep. So what kind of question would that be? Not proves, but if it's most support, what's really close to a sufficient assumption question?
Oh, necessary or something? No, strengthen.
Strengthen, yeah. So we're trying to strengthen the idea that if we started school later, there would be fewer accidents. One of the best ways to answer a strengthen question is to fix the flaw in the argument. So what is the current flaw in this argument?
Okay. Like, is it that it says sleepiness can impair driving ability, but like it doesn't mean that that's the number one cause of accidents.
Right.
So is it?
So what's wrong with our support then? Like this, especially this, what's wrong with our like example then?
So it's like the example is based on the idea that um that accidents are solely caused by sleepiness.
Kind of like we're saying that hey, because the school day started later and accidents went down, we're trying to
Yeah,
say school days or the school start time caused the accidents to go down, right?
yeah, yeah.
What kind of flaw is that?
Is it like a causation
Yeah,
correlation?
correlation, right? Just because two things happen at the same time doesn't guarantee that one is causing the other.
Okay.
But for our sake of strengthening it, we do want to show that one is causing the other, right? Potentially.
Okay.
So do you see how we're like looking for something that's going to fix this flaw? Potentially. There could be other ways, but it's one great thing to look for. All right, so go ahead and start with A.
Teenagers start releasing melatonin later at night and stop releasing it later in the morning than do young children. I think that's not relevant because we're
Yeah,
not even
relevant. It's like we're not talking about young children driving to school.
sleepy teenagers are tardy for school more frequently than teenagers who are well rested when the school day begins. I also don't know. I don't think that's relevant either.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that that's what's causing the accidents, is it?
Yes. Yeah. Teenagers who work at jobs during the day spend more time driving than do teenagers who attend high school during the day. Spend more time driving than those. So my thought is maybe like, okay, I don't know. Is it that since the school time was started later, then like there's less people driving on the road, so that's what caused less accidents? So could it be like teenagers? But I don't know. I think I'm like trying to make
No,
up
I
this.
think that's irrelevant. Teenagers who work at jobs during the day spend more time driving than teenagers who
Yeah,
attend school.
yeah, it doesn't. Yeah,
Does that mean starting later causes less accidents? Like, what does that have to do with the start time of school?
yeah, right. Okay. Many of the car accidents involving teenage drivers in Granville occurred in the evening rather than in the morning. I don't think that is relevant either. Because you're talking
I don't hate this one right away because I'm thinking like if most of the accidents involving teenagers were in the evening and not in the morning, like, at least it's preferring like the evening when they're not tired over the morning. Like but that doesn't mean that starting the school day later is going to guarantee fewer accidents either.
Yes. Okay. So the last one is.
Oh wait, sorry. I was way off. This would actually weaken it because we're saying many of the car accidents involving teenagers occurred in the evening. So this would actually go completely opposite of what we're trying to say. We're trying to say that the morning people are tired and that's why there's more accidents.
Yeah, but in the evening you're like pretty awake, so then there shouldn't. Yeah.
Complete opposite. So because evening there's more accidents, that actually would weaken it. Yep.
Okay. So then, car accidents involving teenage drivers rose in the region surrounding Granville during the time that they declined in Granville. Well, I mean, I guess the other ones aren't really good, so I would circle this, but I don't really understand this one still.
Oh yeah, I don't love this. Okay, so typically the hardest strengthen and weaken questions are very mild. So what this is saying is that there's not this other thing that is causing accidents to go down, right? So we're saying like in all these other neighboring places, the accidents are going up.
Okay.
Granville is the only one that is going down. And so it at least offers a little bit of support that it was a little bit of support that it was the time change that caused Granville to go down.
Right.
Like there wasn't this larger thing that was impacting it all. That one's tough. That one I would get through just by I would be like, okay, well, it has to be this, but I don't love it.
Yeah, it's weird.